You are probably providing exceptional care. You have a thoughtful curriculum and a warm environment, and yet parents don't always seem to understand what you're actually doing for their child. They see drop off and they see pickup. They don't see everything in between. And this is the experience gap, the distance between the quality you deliver and the quality families perceive. The early childhood businesses with wait lists and word of mouth referrals in abundance, they aren't doing more than you. They're doing it more visibly. They're creating intentional touch points that families feel, remember, and most importantly, talk about. So today, I'm showing you how to design memorable moments that communicate your value, build loyalty, and generate the kind of organic marketing that no ad budget can buy. Well, hey there, CEOs. Welcome to the Early Childhood Business Made Easy podcast. I'm Kelly Peak, your host, and I love to help you find more of that time, freedom lifestyle you so deserve. Now, my friend, I want you to think about the last time someone referred your program to another family. Not because you asked them to, not because they saw an ad, because they couldn't stop talking about something that happened. Maybe a moment that surprised them or moved them or made them feel like their child was truly seen in your program. What was that moment? Was it the handwritten note that their child brought home? The way your team member greeted their little one by name every single morning? The graduation ceremony that made a parent cry happy tears? The birthday party that had their child's name everywhere? The one that they still talk about 3 years later. Now, those moments, they are not accidents. They are the result of a decision, a deliberate choice to design experiences that go beyond the expected. And here's what I've learned in my 30 years of operating preschools, play cafes, and enrichment programs. The businesses that compete on curriculum, on price, and on facility, well, they're always fighting someone else's battle. The businesses that compete on experience and how they make families feel, they are in a category of one. Parents don't choose your program based on curriculum alone. They choose it based on trust and how you make them feel. One way that you treat their child that feels so special. And they stay and refer based on the moments you create that confirm the choices that they made were right. This, my friend, is what we here at Peak Creative call magical moments. Today, I'm walking you through the magic moment strategy and the annual family event system that keeps families enrolled, engaged, and talking about your program to everyone that they know. So the three key things we're talking about today: number one, identify and design your magic moments by category. Number two, build an annual family events calendar that creates belonging. And number three, communicate the magic. Close the experience gap between what you do and what families see. Now, that experience gap, that's the distance between the quality you deliver and the quality families perceive. It's the most expensive gap in an early childhood business, and it's entirely within your control to close. When you design intentional magic moments and strategic annual events, you transform families from satisfied customers into emotionally loyal advocates who refer, retain, and re-enroll without ever needing to be asked. This is how key services and sales strategies in our preschool business blueprint, well, that's going to become your marketing strategy that costs almost nothing and compounds in value with every family that you serve. Now, before we get started, I want you to grab the annual family event planner at kellypeak.com, where you're going to find information about this podcast episode, episode number 183. It's your free resource for building a year of intentional connection. Okay, my friend, I want you to think about this when you go into a parent interaction. You are not just operating an early childhood business. You are the protector of that family's future memories. Let me repeat myself. You are the protector of that family's future memories. Most of the families that you serve will have their child go through preschool only once, and they will have that only one first day, only one graduation. They're going to have one set of memories from these early years, which, as you know, go by super fast. And you, my friend, you have the privilege and the responsibility of making those memories extraordinary. When you view your work through that lens, those magic moments stop being nice to haves and start being a non-negotiable, because the memories you make are the ones that marketing cannot buy. And my friend, again, the preschool years, it's only maybe 3 to 5 years long. Now, after implementing a systematic Magic Moments approach at Peak Academy, our family retention rate will increase from 80% to 90%, which is a 10-point improvement in the metric that directly determines how much revenue you're keeping versus how much you're spending to replace those families who leave. Parent referrals became our primary source of new enrollments, significantly reducing our marketing costs. First day documentation, providing families with professionally captured photos, handwritten notes, special family events that we create each month, those first time milestones. All of that generated a 20% increase in tour requests through our social media sharing alone. And enhanced birthday party celebration program that led to a 25% increase in enrichment program enrollment. Now, these are not coincidences. They are measurable returns on intentional experience design. We intentionally designed our program to offer these specific experiences. Now, I worked with a child care center director who was genuinely puzzled. Her program, it was high quality. She had experienced teachers. She had a strong curriculum and a beautiful facility. Her family seemed happy, but her referral rate, it seemed low. Her social media presence seemed flat, and every fall she was starting enrollment almost from scratch because she wasn't really retaining as many families as she expected. She kept thinking the answer was more marketing, better ads, new website. And then when we sat down and we mapped out her family's actual experience in her program, from the moment the first inquiry through the daily drop off to the end of the year transition, well, that's when we found the problem. She was delivering exceptional care, but nothing about the experience was designed to make families feel it. Drop off, it was efficient. Communication, it was functional. Events, those were infrequent and generic. Everything that happened between enrollment and pickup was invisible to the parents because she never built a system around making it visible. We identified 5 intentional touch points across the family journey that she could begin creating immediately, starting with that first day documentation and a monthly family communication that shared classroom moments with specific children named and described activities. We added 3 seasonal family events to her calendar. I really wanted to get her to 1 per month, but 3 is a great start. She did a fall harvest picnic, a winter classroom showcase, and she did her spring graduation, all using the annual family event planner to assign team ownership and build out those logistics without adding more to her plate. Within 1 school year, her retention rate had increased by 12 percentage points. Her social media, well, that engagement tripled because families were sharing the moments that she was creating. And referrals, well, again, that became her primary source of enrollment for new inquiries for the first time. Not because she asked families to refer, but because she gave them something worth talking about. That is what experience design does when it's built into your business as a system, not an afterthought. We're going to dive into our 3 strategies now to help you do just that. We're going to begin with strategy number 1, where you're going to identify and design your magic moments by category. So magic moments, they're intentional touch points that transform ordinary interactions into lasting memories. Now, these are not grand gestures or expensive productions. They are the small, heartfelt actions that make families feel seen, valued, and genuinely connected to your program. And they are not accidental, they are designed. You are going to plan them with intention. Now, the Magic Moments framework organizes these touch points into 8 categories, each representing a different phase or type of family experience within your program. So understanding these categories helps you identify where your current experience is strong and maybe where you have opportunities to design something more memorable. Now, the key here is go with these as a starting point, but then create your own. New family process is 1. Now, this is the first weeks of a family's journey with your program, and these are the highest leverage opportunities for building the emotional loyalty that keeps them coming long term. First day documentation, handwritten note about what the child did on their first day or their very first morning. Tuck that into their bag at pickup. This is going to cost almost nothing and create a moment that parents save, share, and talk about for years. Maybe a personal phone call or a text with their kiddo's picture after the first week asking how the family is settling in. That's kind of rare in our industry, believe it or not, and that can become a story that family tell. A photo, that first day photo that you put in a frame the kiddo decorates and takes home on Friday. These are things you can do beginning with that very first moment a family enrolls with you. Another one is your child firsts. the first time the child writes their name, the first time they read a word, the first time they perform in a classroom show. These firsts happen every day in your program, and most of them are invisible to parents who work when they occur. Making them visible through a photo, a quick text update, a printed certificate, a simple note home. These things transform a routine classroom moment into a magical family memory. Parents do not forget the person who was there when their child had their first. Birthdays. This is an easy one. A child's birthday is one of the highest emotion days of any early childhood year. So for that child and for that family, a personal birthday crown, a class celebration with a song and a moment of recognition, a birthday card signed by the classroom, a photo sent to the parents mid-morning with the child wearing their birthday badge or the birthday crown. All of those things cost your program almost nothing, and they generate parent posts on social media, emotional goodwill, and a child who talks about their birthday at school for weeks. The next one are life events. Maybe a new sibling, a parent's job change, the family's move into a new home, maybe a grandparent's illness. These are the moments when families are stressed, stretched, and most in need of feeling supported rather than just serviced. This could be a handwritten card from the classroom team, a small bouquet of flowers for a mom who just had a baby, an extra note of care for a child navigating some of these big transitions. These are all gestures that cost almost nothing and create a depth of loyalty that no tuition level can manufacture. Stress relievers and make life a little easier is what we say, moments. So again, these are moments that we call on our team, make life a little easier. Maybe drop and shop during the holidays, parent date nights, a coffee bar at morning pickup during a stressful week. These are all offerings that communicate that you understand the full life context of the families that you serve, not just the 8:30 to 12 p.m. window when their child is in your care. When families feel that you serve them as whole people with full lives, the relationship, well, that deepens beyond transactional. And finally, how about some holidays and special events? Again, another easy one. Seasonal celebrations, school traditions, and community moments that families look forward to year after year, they build the kind of belonging that makes leaving your program feel like a genuine loss. A big one for us every year is our Mother's Day tea. Then you have your simple, easy ones, the Halloween party, the Valentine's Day party. And then finally, the big one at the end of the year, your graduation ceremony. These events become part of how families define their early childhood years. And your program, it's at the center of their story. This is how you're protecting their families' memories. Because 10 years from now, guess what? They're going to look back on that memory of that Mother's Day tea, and your program, your place is the center of that story. So 2 action steps I want you to take this week. Number 1, using the 8 magic moments categories, new family process, child first, birthdays, life events, stress relievers, make life a little easier, holidays and special events, and other meaningful memories. I want you to audit your current experiences. For each category, ask, do we have an intentional touch point here, or are we leaving this moment to chance? Identify your 2 strongest categories or your 2 biggest gaps. Your gaps are your design opportunities. Then I want you to choose 1 new magic moment to design and implement it in the next 30 days. Make it specific, make it simple, and most importantly, make it repeatable. It's something your team can deliver consistently year after year without extraordinary effort. Write it down. And most importantly, assign it to a team member. Let them coordinate it, schedule it. The difference between a magic moment and a good intention is the system that you build behind it. Now, on to strategy number 2, you're going to build annual family events calendar that creates belonging. So magic moments, they happen in the daily rhythm of your program. Family events happen at a different scale. They are the community touch points that turn a collection of enrolled families into a community that belongs to your program and belong together. And the early childhood businesses that build this kind of community, they don't just retain families, they create the kind of belonging that makes leaving kind of feel like losing a home. Now, at Peak Academy and Play Boutique, we plan 12 special family events per year, 1 per month. Now, not every event is large or elaborate, and the most important thing is that after 20 years, we're able to repeat them year after year because parents look forward to them. In fact, the most impactful events are often the simplest. A family movie night with gym mats and popcorn, a parent date night where families can drop off their kiddos for a few hours while they have an evening out, a Saturday market booth where children can sell handmade items into the community, our Mother's Day tea, which I talk about all the time, with a handprint picture and lemonade. These events don't require a large budget. They require intention, they require a little planning, and a team that understands why they matter. So that annual events planner, it's available at kellypeak.com, where you're going to find information about this week's podcast, episode number 183. It's going to give you a month-by-month framework for building your own events calendar. Because at Peak Academy, our calendar looks something like this. In January, we have a family pizza night. In February, we host our Valentine's Day party and a parent date night so they can have their own Valentine's Day. In March, we offer our bunny party and our parent-teacher conferences. In April, we have a spring play date. We have our open house art show. May, again, our Mother's Day tea. June, we have our graduation party and our Daddy and Donuts. Summer continues with parades and picnics and market booths. September comes back with a back-to-school night. October has Halloween. November, we have our turkey trot. In December, we have a Santa visit and drop and shop. Now, I am not expecting you to do all of these. Remember, we've been open now for 20 years. These are things that we know work and we've continued to build on because those experience, we believe, are the most important thing to build that community. Now, the key to making this calendar work is systematizing it so events, they don't rely on you personally to execute. Yes, maybe the first year or two, you're putting a little more effort into making sure you set it up the way you want it. So then by year 2, 3, and 4, they just run on rinse and repeat. So during your annual planning session, assign a team member or maybe a small team committee to own each event. Parents love this. It's a great way for them to volunteer as well. Create a simple event checklist for reoccurring events so the prep work is documented and, as I say, rinse and repeatable. Invite parent volunteers to participate. Again, they love this. It serves the event and it builds deeper family investment into your program at the same time. Every event should have a photo booth. You want to capture that photo that parents can share. Social sharing of family event moments with appropriate permissions is one of the most authentic and cost-effective marketing tools available to you. When a parent posts a photo of their child at your Mother's Day tea and tags your program, guess what? Every program, as you know, in their network, who is a parent of a young child, is going to see your program being celebrated in an emotional, real moment. That's not advertising. That's advocacy. And advocacy is built event by event, moment by moment, over an entire year. It's going to save you in marketing dollars, I promise you. So your 2 action steps with this strategy. Number 1, download the annual family event planner from kellypeak.com. Again, episode 183, and map out 1 event per month for the next 12 months before you finish this episode. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be planned. Use Peak Academy's calendar as a starting point and customize it to your own program type and community. Once it's on paper, it's going to become a plan. Until then, it's a wish. And remember, you might plan all 12, but only have the bandwidth to do 3. That's great. Small steps take big action. Number 2, I want you to identify 1 event on your calendar that has the highest potential to generate social sharing and community buzz for your program, and one that you can actually do very soon. Prioritize it, making that the one experience that's going to be exceptional and you are going to make happen. Give it a theme, create a photo booth opportunity, invite parent volunteers, document it. An event that families share online, remember, it's not just a memory, it's a recruitment tool that's going to reach every parent in their network. Okay, my friends, now on to strategy number 3. You're going to communicate the magic. I want you to close the experience gap between what you do and what families see. So that experience gap, my friend, it is real. You are delivering extraordinary things every single day in your program, and most of it is invisible to parents who are not in that room. This is not a failure of your program. It's just a communication gap. And closing it is one of the highest leverage moves you can make for retention, referrals, and the premium positioning that supports sustainable tuition. So the first tool for closing that experience gap is daily and weekly parent communication that makes the invisible visible. Now remember, this does not need to be elaborate. It could be a midweek photo, it could be a text, it could be an email, something specific that happened in your classroom. If you can personalize it, that's great, with a brief description of what they were doing. That's going to communicate care, professionalism, and quality at a level that no tour, no brochure, or no marketing campaign can match. So something like, especially if they're a new family, Sophia spent 20 minutes at the sensory table today practicing pouring and measuring. She was so proud of herself. Now that sentence does more for parent loyalty than a month of social media posts. One of the things that we do at Peak Academy is that we have every classroom share 5 photos on our parent-specific, school-specific Instagram page. So those parents can go anytime, and if they want to share them, if it's appropriate to them, they do. Because that Instagram page is only for Peak Academy members and families, and so it's up to them whether they want to share it or not. But we ensure that every single week, the classroom is going to post 5 photos. So our Instagram is pretty full when every classroom is posting 5 photos a week. Now, the second tool is what I call strategic storytelling, the intentional sharing of the experiences, the milestones, those moments happening in your program through your social media, your parent newsletter, your email communications, texting. When you share a photo of children painting with seasonal materials and then caption it with the developmental skill they're practicing, you are not just posting content, you are educating parents on the value of what happens in your program every day. You're building a case for the tuition you charge. You're differentiating your program for every other option in your market. And that is not by simply just posting cute photos. You are posting them with context. So again, for right now, my friend, if all you can do is post the photos, do it. That's the most important thing. Set up that system, but then take it to the next level. Post with context so that you can truly take your program to the next level. Now, the third tool is the testimonial and word of mouth system from what we call our loyalty lead system in our preschool business blueprint. Happy families are talking about your program, but they may not know how to share that love in a way that reaches other families. A simple, warm testimonial request sent after a magic moment or maybe after a family event or after the first month of enrollment, something that's going to capture that emotional language that parents are already using about your program. And they're going to channel it into a shareable format. A framed love note wall in your lobby, displaying handwritten parent notes and social media comments, that's going to do something so powerful for prospective families on tours. It shows them proof of belonging in the voices of the families who are already there. Now, consistency is what transforms those individual magic moments into a reputation and repetition. One great first day experience makes a parent feel good. 12 months of consistent, intentional touch points make them advocates. And advocacy, the word of mouth that comes from families who feel genuinely seen, genuinely served, is the most profitable marketing strategy available to any early childhood business because it costs almost nothing, but it compounds over time. So 2 action steps with this strategy. Number 1, choose one communication tool to implement or improve this week. Again, is it a mid-week parent update? Is it a text? Is it the Instagram photos? Choose something with a specific child moment, a strategic caption on your next social media post, something that explains the developmental value of what parents and families are seeing. Or maybe it's a testimonial request you're going to send to a family who recently experienced one of your magical moments. Choose one tool, implement it consistently, and then close that experience gap more effectively than 5 other tools done occasionally. Okay, action step number 2, create a simple love note wall. This is the easiest, or a parent testimonial display in your lobby or waiting area. Even a framed collection of printed email compliments or social media comments. This display, it's going to cost nothing and it's going to communicate something invaluable to every family who tours your program. The other parents love it here in their own words. That's social proof, and it's most powerful and authentic. So today, my friend, we move from delivering quality that families don't fully see to designing experiences that families can't stop talking about. When you identify and systematize your magic moments by category, when you build an annual family events calendar that creates real community belonging, and when you communicate your value in ways that close the experience gap, you stop being a service provider. You start to be that essential, irreplaceable part of your family's stories. That is the key services and sales profit booster from our CEO leadership and profit engine happening in real time. It's so powerful. It's not just selling what you offer, but creating experiences so remarkable that families, well, they begin to sell it for you. Okay, my friend, it's time for our manifestation minute. Take a moment, take a breath. Now imagine this. It's the end of your school year. Your graduation ceremony, it just finished up. Parents are in tears, the good kind. Their children are in handmade, maybe caps and gowns. And parent leans over and says, I don't know what I'm going to do without this place. Your retention rate, It's the highest it's ever been. Your referrals, they are filling your wait list, and none of it required you to pay for ads or cold outreach. It required the decision to make every interaction matter. You made that decision. Now build a system around it. Okay, my friends, your 3 next steps. Download the annual family event planner. It's at kellypeak.com. You're going to find information about this podcast episode 183. Map out your next 12 months of connection before you finish this podcast. Number 2, if you need more, grab the CEO Profit Spotlight Guide at kellypeak.com/resources. It walks you through identifying your highest impact services, monetizing the experiences that you're already creating, and building a profit framework that makes your magic moments strategically, financially sustainable, not just emotionally rewarding. And finally, number 3, if you need deeper support, if you want to build a complete experience and sales strategy that we find in our Preschool Business Blueprint, we call it our magic moments. These are your family events, parent communication, everything in our key services and sales strategies framework. Join us inside our Clarity Collective. You're going to find that at kellypeak.com. We have our Clarity Collective for those who want support, and we have our Shine membership for those who want to do it on their own. Now, Maya Angelou said it beautifully. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You have the superpower to make families feel seen, valued, and truly cared for in a season of childhood that passes faster than any other time. This is not a small thing. It's everything to those families. The moments you create today become the memories and stories they tell for years. So my friend, make them count. Take care, and I will see you next week.